Hey everyone, this is Wade from FishfinderMounts.com and FlowTube Fanatics, and I'm here today to show you. We've had quite a few customers lately actually looking for a 10 amp hour kit for their kayak. They want to put a really big fish finder on their kayak, and this is the Garmin Striker 7. We had a couple customers lately wanting to put this on their kayak. It's a nice big 7-inch screen, so you're going to need a fairly large battery to run this all day long. And we know our 10 amp hour kayak kit, or magnetic kayak 10 amp hour magnetic kayak kit, that's what we're going to call it. That's what I'm going to put on the website here. By the time you see this video and you go to our website, you will see this on our website, I'm pretty sure. The whole thing is, you know, how should someone best put this kit on their kayak and do it within seconds. Once you get your fish finder on here, that's what our products allow you to do, is to put your fish finder on your kayak within mere seconds. So we have this, it's our 10 amp hour quick release base from FishfinderMounts.com and FlowTube Fanatics, and this is the hardware that will come with it right here. You've got these stainless steel 3/16 marine grade chamfered screws and stuff like that here, and your wing nuts. And this one here was kind of an interesting situation, because here you have this molded, this is a Jackson Cuda 12, and it's a molded top here, and it's got all these ridges and stuff. So, you know, you might look at it and say, well, you can't do that, you know. Of course you can't do this because it's going to hit here, but really, you know, you can do whatever you want. It just takes a little ingenuity, a little thinking. I'd actually already drilled this plate, this top out in quite a few spots, demonstrating our mounts, and I had 2 holes already pre-drilled here. It would be a quarter-inch hole, quarter-inch drill bit that you'll use to put your drill or your holes into wherever you want on your kayak, wherever it might be. You know, the big rig's got a ridge down the middle, and the Thresher's got something similar to this, and there's all sorts of kayaks with different form factors in front of you. So we happen to have the Cuda 12. So here I've decided, well, you know, I wanted to put it there, and sure enough, the holes are perfectly lined up, because all our holes are all the same. They also work with a lot of the Scotty mounts here, and we give you a pretty good, you know, these are like 1.25 inch long chamfered screws here, so it can actually get through the plate. You don't even need a shim. This is very strong, very durable, very tough plastic, so we didn't really need to shim it even. So I just place it over here. You know, pretend you're the user. You're going to install this. You'd mark it with your pen, pencil, whatever, and then, you know, I would suggest have the 10 amp hour kit, 10 amp hour base on here first. It just slides in nicely like that. You can see it snaps in there. You can see the form factor. And there's a set screw here, and it actually, because the form factor kind of comes to an apex here, it won't actually, you know, go past the apex. So it's a really solid mount, really reliable, and very quick to install and uninstall. So here we go. We're going to put these screws in here. These are 1/4-20 flat Phillips, they call them. I call them chamfered too. You know, they're chamfered, meaning they have a chamfer on the underside of the head, so you can have it nice and flat here. And we're just going to use a drill, make sure that it's all the way through the plastic, because it's a pretty tight little hole that we have there. So it's already kind of chunked in there. So you can see how it's done on this side. The screws are through. You take your wing nuts, as simple as that. There's really not much, other than like when you're doing your first install and you just, you know, you're just doing your holes, you just need a drill bit for that, a 1/4 inch drill bit, which is a very common size. Just take this guy and just, maybe you want to make sure that the chamfered screw is seated all the way. I think it is. Just take a little more, because there's no shim underneath. You could shim. You could put it like a little block underneath here if you wanted. I tried it without it already, so I know that it's not necessary. And I want to show that to our customers so that you guys understand that this is very easy. You really don't have to get all fancy and worry about it. Oh, how am I going to do it? There's ridges everywhere. It's achievable. Don't worry, it's achievable. So we'll take this guy, we'll slide that on there like so. Just nicely slid on there. Here's your set screw. So you'll put this, or you'll just take this and tighten it up so that she can't get back off. No matter what you do, she's not coming off. So that's the 10 amp hour. I don't have the, when I say 10 amp hour, there's a 10, we call it the 10AH on our website. What that means is 10 amp hour battery. Amp hour signifies capacity. How much energy is in the battery ultimately to run your device, however big or small that device may be, and how power hungry it is. These guys here, the bigger the screen, fish finders, it comes down to the screen. That's the thing that uses the most juice. This 10 amp hour battery is matched to 7-inch to 8, 9-inch screens. You're going to be able to run a finder like that from 6 to 10 hours, depending on how efficient the fish finder itself is. These screens nowadays are they're getting more efficient. They're using LED backlights and stuff like that, so it's quite efficient. And I know from having this at trade shows that this finder here, the 7-inch screen, this will run more than a good long day of fishing, a little more longer than, like a good solid 8 to 10 hours on this guy in ambient, normal, like spring, summer conditions. So we also, I'll say, we have you can see this swivels 360 degrees, so whichever way you want it. You may have a need to mount it somewhere else, so that would be handy if it was going to be on the side or something like that. And when you mount this, if you're using the Garmin, just to FYI, you're going to want to choose the holes that are like this one and this one, the one closest to the edge here, so that when you have it on here, it's not interfering with the T-knob, so you can get underneath there and adjust it at will. And in fact, actually, I would probably put this on this way, so that you can adjust it without the fish finder being in your way. Your knob's going to be there. So we'll do that right now. All this hardware that you're seeing right now when you get our kit, you'll get all of it. Everything you need to mount and power your fish finder on your kayak. It includes our 15mm magnetic transducer mount from fishfindermounts.com. You can call us at 1-855-784-3474 to get this mount today if you wish. So that's part of the kit as well. So when you get this, you need nothing else to make your fish finder run and be installed. There's a 10 amp hour battery, like I say, in this kit. But we will take the gimbal plate, the gimbal post bracket, mounting bracket off. This is from Garmin, not from us. It's part of what they serve you. I have decided to use these holes as we already discussed here. The ones here, 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 and here, they line up perfectly. I've got my screw pack that we also include with the 10 amp hour kit here. They're the right and perfect size for the job. They're Phillips. So yeah, you will need a screwdriver for this part of the operation if you're pretty much any. I like using hand drills because they're faster and more efficient. So we'll take our handy dandy hand drill here. Get this guy installed on. So that's just perfect fit for these screws. Here we go. We've already got our control head mounting post on to the actual fish finder mount. So you can see as a customer, the user, the eventual user, if you're going to buy this kit, you're seeing how easy this in fact really is. Everything is pretty much thought out for you. So there you see the Garmin Striker 7 SV. Very, very cool on the mount. When I want to go home, when I want to set up, whatever, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave this quick release plate on the, I've got to take the screw out a little bit further, this set screw. I'm going to leave that on my kayak now. I'm not going to bother fiddling around and taking this off. This is going to be a part of my kayak, a permanent part. And I'm going to take this out. I'm going to put this, you could also easily take this off, take the control head off. You saw how easy that was. I'll show you that again. You just take your little screw here. You don't have to take it off. You could take it off here too if you want. But there you go, it's off, right? You want to pack that separately, that's fine. Take it off, put it on, you're ready to go. Just spin this down. Everything, once it's set up, everything is adjustable by hand, so there's no tools required. It's super easy. And there you have it. I'm going to put it back on the kayak so you can see how easy it was to put on and take off. And we're going to slide that back on. Boom. She's on. You're like, it's backwards, Wade. No, no, it's not, because we're going to take our 360 swivel plate. We'll just swivel it this way. And she's right there in front of us. You can rotate the box around too. It doesn't have to be on this way. You could just take it and slide it, so then that way your fish finder would now be, well, we'll do that right now so you can see. Let's say we didn't want it relief, we didn't want it overhanging this way as far. Maybe you do. Maybe you're a shorter guy, you want it coming out a little bit towards you. So you can make those little adjustments without being totally locked into this distance away from yourself. So we're going to take this off. And we're going to just turn it around because we want it that way. No problem. We can do that. And there's a power cable system that comes with this kit as well, so you don't need to open up the battery box to charge it. We also sell a charger on our website, a really good little charger that'll charge this battery up in about 6 hours overnight. So, you know, you use it one day all day long, you fish, you know, 8-10 hours a day, whatever. At the end of the day, take it home, plug it into the charger. If you got our charger overnight, you know, it's going to be charged up, ready to go for you the next day. And we're going to take this is the actual, you're wondering about the transducer perhaps. This is actually the Striker, this is what they sell with the Striker SV. It's, all these transducers have the mount, or the transducer label on the cabling. And this is their GT52HWTM transducer. It's kind of funky. It's got sort of a wide out cable because it's a side imaging, so it's got a couple of, I guess, elements in it that need to be hooked up separately into the control head itself. So you can see it wise off here, and there's a little collar that clicks together and snaps all that together. But to put that on, if you, this will go on our standard mount as it is, but we would recommend, we actually have this little connector. It's a little nicer actually. It's an adapter because the spread here on the transducer is so wide. You can see it here how wide it is. It's probably a little over an inch and a quarter or something. There's my finger. I'm a 6-foot guy. You get kind of an idea. But we made this little adapter. We sell it for $18.85 there. At least we do today. And we'll just take this guy. I'll show you how easy it is. This is what you're going to get when you buy it, so you can see the actual number on it. I put it on there just for the purpose of the video and taking pictures for our website. But we just take that guy off. See how easy it is here. You just take this guy, put this screw through, put this wing nut over here. Everything's stainless steel again. You can use this in a marine environment, no problem. There we go. Right hand took care of the job. So then we take this little guy here off, and we're going to take it. I got the extension on here. 2 extensions. I don't need 2 extensions. In fact, when you get the kit, you wouldn't have 2 extensions. You just get 1 extension. Or actually, sorry, yeah, no, this is correct. You have you get the root arm, and you get an extension. So if you want a total of each piece is 2.5 inches long. So from this mounting point to here is 2.5, and then this mounting point to here is 2.5. So that gives you an idea. Now you can see the form factor. It's just perfectly linked together right here, like that. So we're just going to take our hardware, and everything's got hex reliefs in them, hex traps you can call them, so that you don't need wrenches to hold the other side, like, you know, when you're working on your bike when you're a kid and all that. You know how much of a hassle that was in those days if you did do that kind of stuff. Nowadays kids just play video games all day long, so I don't know if they'll be able to relate to this video in 5 years, who knows, but there's a little bit of Wade humor for you. Anyways, there we go. We've got the guy on there. And we'll just tighten her up so she's nice and strong on there. Just want to adjust it a little bit. And this is actually, right now, it's on transom, so like it's a transom way, like on the back of your boat, the stern of your boat, it would be like this. But obviously on a kayak there is no stern, no transom, so we're not going to set it up like that. We're actually going to take this guy, I'll take my drill out of here, we're going to take this guy off, okay? You'll get this too, this exact thing. This kit has this included in it, okay? Everything you need to mount and power your fish finder straight out of the box. And we're going to take this guy, and we want it to be parallel with our wall of our kayak when we're in the water. So we're going to take this guy and we're going to mount it on like that. See these bisecting holes? So you got that option. If you have a kayak and you have a little small aluminum John boat or whatever, no problem. This is perfect for that purpose. From fishfindermounts.com and Flow Tube Fanatics. Okay, and then we're going to show you how this goes on. And the best way to get this, to take care of this magnet, these are magnet pairs here, super magnets, they're super strong. Be very careful when you're handling these things. We have a warning on here, warning, powerful magnets right here. I don't know if the video can pick that up, but be very careful with your fingers. Keep them like this. Don't let them get over top, because you'll snap and you'll pinch your fingers, and it does not feel nice. I'll tell you that. But the way you get these apart is you twist them, and then you separate them like so. And we're going to take this guy. Again, it's pretty long. It's longer than I wanted it to be. Maybe what we'll do is we'll just take this guy, and I'll just have it popped up. Like if you're in the water, if you want, you can have it popped up out of the water too. She's on, just like that. Okay, there she is. She's on there, okay? And then what we'll do is we'll let her down into the water. So here you have the situation where if you want your transducer to be below the apex, that's the very bottom of your boat, this extension will allow you to easily do that, so that you're scanning completely free of the actual form factor and substance or mass of the actual kayak here. And so you got your 15mm magnetic transducer mount installed on your kayak. So that is the Garmin Striker 7-inch screen SV with our 15mm patented 15mm magnetic transducer mount. I'd like to go fishing here, guys. I think I'm going to do that because I'm getting the itch. It is late spring and it's time to get the lines in the water and catch some fish. So this is Wade from fishfindermounts.com and Flow Tube Fanatics. You can call us at toll free 1-855-784-3474 to get your amazing portable fish finder mounting solution from us. We're making all fish finders portable, so you don't need to buy portable kits. Just buy your fish finder, the regular one that you put in a boat, buy our mount, and there you go. You're done and you got the ultimate system. Thanks for watching, everyone.